Well, Sagittarius, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I wanted to do a live love reading for you guys since I had a little bit of time in between. I have a Cash App live later tonight if you guys are interested. But I wanted to come on live and do your love reading. And I'm going to start with the tarot, which means we're going to we're going to use the master key, which I always tell you guys tarot is the master key. And we're going to see what's really going on. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to start off with what you've experienced in the past. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about because we know that the past affects in some way your present, and sometimes your future energy as well. Okay, maybe somebody from the past wants to come back, so we do need to talk about those qualities. But either way, we're going to go ahead and get started with the reading. And this is going to be for Sagittarius. Hey, Valerie. Wait. Valeria and Tiffany. Hello. You say, hey, yes. I always get nervous. I know. With the love reading is always that type of reading where you're like, oh, God, I don't know how this is going to happen. I don't know what's going to come out of it, right? But we'll see. And I'm not sure why a lot of Sagittariuses are not getting my notifications. So a lot of you guys are kind of missing out. It's only been your read for some reason, your sign. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. We're going to start with the first card. This is for Sagittarius. We're going to see what's coming out here for you, Sag. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys have the Seven of Wands, which talks about, sorry, I'm trying to move these cards here. Seven of Wands. So, truthfully, we're saying that what has occurred in the past, it looks like you guys blocked somebody out. Blocking someone out could literally be blocking someone, right? Because the first thing that I heard was that someone was not taking accountability for what they were doing. Right? You wanted, security. They wanted pleasure. You guys were on two different levels. Is something that I'm totally seeing here. I feel like the person that you guys were dealing with in some kind of way was neglecting you. Maybe this is someone that you were dealing with as far as, maybe a child's father or mother. I feel like you may have been dealing with someone who doesn't really want to even take care of their children. Okay. So you had to put up some boundaries. You had to say no means no. Okay. So, because someone was definitely crossing boundaries with you, causing problems. I feel like they were trying to steamroll you. That's what I feel. And they were trying to deceive you in some way. So I see a lot of issues that has happened here. And here you are having a difficulty saying no, right? Here you are, you're like, oh, I just love this person. I want to make it work because you really want it to have stability. But can I tell you what was really going on with you? See, when you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, right? You know that saying. And so when you don't set boundaries, that's how you get steamrolled. Because it lets the other person know that you don't have enough self-esteem to say, get the hell on somewhere. Get out of my life. I don't want you around. I don't want to be involved. Because see, when you really start taking up for yourself, Seven of Wands, when you really start taking up for yourself, see, then you cause problems. And a lot of you were afraid to do that. You were hiding your true self. See, you were pretending that something was one way because you didn't want to make waves in the water. You had higher expectations for this person or for someone else in this relationship. They did not think that way. And so you start forming these feelings of resentment because you really weren't, living up to your own expectations. And what I hate when I look at sevens, because sevens do talk about relationships because that is the seventh house. But the Seven of Wands now is you being determined to get what you want. So if that meant that you had to walk away, that's what you were doing. Okay. That's what you were doing. Basically, you were self-neglecting. So what can you truly learn from what you've experienced in the past? And deep down inside the behaviors, the patterns that you were doing, right? Don't do that shit with nobody else. Don't play with me, Sag. See, I always have to get to the heart of the matter. So when you guys do get into the relationship again, you can't say that you don't know. So I have to call out what you were doing. And see, I see you being an overgiver, buying this person stuff, and I'm not saying, I'm not, and I want to be, I'm just going to say, I'm not saying that you guys were paying for someone's love. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that for some of you, you were dealing with people who were broke. What were they really giving you? I personally don't see that this person was giving you anything. They even had this stingy nature, right? Like this person could have had money. The only reason why I even look broke to me is because the person wasn't giving you shit. So you see how the Seven of Wands is basically saying that for you, it was an over excess. It was overly excessively giving of your time, your emotions, and your feelings to someone. And you couldn't say no because you were consumed with the idea of them liking you. So the Seven of Wands is like, yeah, enough is enough. You gotta go. You gotta go, babe. And if that means that I have to block you out of my life, if that means that I don't answer your calls, I don't open up the door, if I have to even move, that's what I would have to do. See, this is an expression of internal growth, inner growth. This is what that expression is with that Seven of Wands. That's what I see. Now, we're going to go ahead and move to the second card. Want to see what's going to come out here for you. Let's get it. Now, with this one, I want to know how you're feeling. Out of everything that you've experienced, some of you guys may not have left the person yet. You're sitting in it, and you know that what I'm saying is true. Or you may have left the person, but how are you feeling? So that's what I want to see. Some of you, there's going to be people who are trying to talk to you, but I want to see what comes out here for you, Sagittarius. Let's see. Let me see. Ooh, baby, when I say some of you guys are hurt, ooh, you like I'm crippled. I'm just my feelings. But, you know how you know how when you just feel like, because see, this is not even a card. This was at the bottom of the deck, by the way. Okay, so this one right here was screaming. I mean, you want to move on, but emotionally, this is the card that came out. You are so disappointed. You are so disappointed because a lot of you are high achievers. And the truth of the matter is you don't like to fail. Okay. But when you see that there's this handicap within you, maybe the inability to move on or the inability to let it go, then there's a problem here. Exactly. That's exactly what Valeria was saying, right? She's saying that you have your good days, you have your bad days. You were dealing with someone who was selfish. They were full of themselves, right? And they didn't demonstrate their worth for you. And so a lot of you took that in. See, what happens is it's that absorbity. You guys absorb how they feel about you, right? You guys were on two different paths in life. You knew it, but at the same time, you were trying to pretend that you didn't know it, right? And there was really nothing authentic about them in that way. I'm not saying that they couldn't have had feelings for you even in the beginning, but it changed. Your belief about a relationship was completely different from theirs. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing that I see. Overwhelmed, moody. This is 5 cups, right? Overwhelmed, moody. Hate the fact that you felt naive. Hate the fact that you felt taken advantage of. You feel unprepared for your feelings right now. How can I get out of this energy? Yes. See, this man is on his knees. The wine is spilled across the ground. See, looking at what used to be. See, it's those memories too that really get you, right? Because the 5 of Cups is like, I can't believe I'm sitting in the middle of this change that I wasn't even wanting. You see what I'm saying? And this is sulkiness. This is so sinking in depression, okay? But you don't want to be over dependent on someone else. That doesn't, what they did to you has absolutely nothing to do with your worth. It has nothing to do with you in general. See, a lot of you want somebody to come back in here to actually like rescue you in some way. Like you like this damsel in distress, right? And some of you, divine masculines, you fell for that. You fell for that damsel in distress. And that's how you got hooked up in this way. tied up. You can't get out of it because you fell for someone who was helpless or appeared to be helpless when they were in full control. But see, I'm going to go back to being emotionally handicapped here with the Chariot card. This is what a lot of you are experiencing because, again, like I said before, now you feel invisible. And see, you don't have the other person there to console you. For a lot of you, you don't really know how you can console yourself when you have these type of feelings. But you're in need of rescue. And rescue to some degree is like, can someone come into my life and prove to me that love is even worth even looking for? Because you feel manipulated. Okay? That's what I'm saying. But you got to understand that you are the prize and that there's a redeeming energy here with the Five of Cups. There's a redeeming energy. Okay? But I do feel, for the most part, sorry, Carla. Not Carla, the hold on, let that pass. And some of y'all really, this has been like a emotional emergency for you. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get to your third card. This is for Sagittarius. Here you go. Oh man. You got the 10 of Pentacles. You got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There's some good news here, though. Oh yeah, there's some good news. Okay, because one thing about this Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing. All right, and one thing that I will say is that technically this would be your future, and this would be people who are outside of you. This usually would be your card today. But I did ask like what's coming. I love the fact that the 10 of Pentacles is here. Okay. The frustration is coming from the fact that something didn't work. Remember, you are still feeling what has already occurred. You're only in your feelings with it. This is not saying that something that you're going to be experiencing forever, right? You're only in your feelings about, you putting your foot down. Now, I'm going to say for a few of you, this is just got to side note this a little bit. Some of you are in long-term committed relationships. So what do you do when this happens? What do you do when your spouse no longer, you guys are not even on the same page? You think that here you are laying next to, what's that movie called? Sleeping with the Enemy. Here you are sleeping next to the enemy. You're like, oh my God, this mofo is crazy. Okay. Have conversations, and they're like I said, they're not taking accountability. None of and it's like this reluctancy to change. Hey, please, let's do it for the children. Let's do it. Especially the 10 of Pentacles talks about we have family involved, we have children involved. Baby, they ain't gonna change. Here you are overly humble, and you dealing with somebody who is a ego is bigger than the moon. Inflated ego. You're humble as hell, and this person's ego is big as ever. And you're constantly you're constantly repressing your feelings, like I said before, especially if you're in a long-term committed relationship, because this is the reason why you feel helpless. What can you do when it's a spousal energy? What can you do when you're living with someone? There's fear here too. Like, I don't know. It almost feels like for some of you, you were kind of scared of this person, or you may be scared of this person because you kind of like, I don't know how far they can go. Because they showed you some things that make you feel like they can go to that place. They haven't, but they showed you that they could. So there's also fear that's kind of surrounding this whole 10 of Pentacles thing. Now, I will say, on the brighter side of this reading here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, especially if you're single, one thing that I will tell you is that this is like more so a revolutionary energy for you. Because like I was telling you before, with this whole Queen of Pentacles energy, that it's a healing thing that's really happening for you. Okay. With this Queen of Pentacles. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to look at some cards here. You got the set. I noticed this when it was sitting here. You guys have the 7 of Swords and the Lovers in reverse and the Tower that came out. You don't trust your person. And I feel like there's a lot of disregarding of feelings here, a lot of sneakiness that you got, and intimidation. There's that fear again, intimidation. This feels dead end, like it's just not going to go anywhere. It looks like you guys may have broke up before or you separated before. They said they were going to change. They really didn't change. Okay. None whatsoever. I see parents or someone in a family member giving unsolicited advice. You're like, yeah, especially if it's their mother, right? Or someone in their family, you definitely better listen to them because here it is. Now you got your spouse that's tripping, and then their family is going to trip as well. You know, it's that type of stuff. A lot of you have been under a lot of pressure because of family outside of your household, meaning their family, or could be even yours. You know, sometimes your own family could be the worst. Like, you don't really want to separate. You don't really want to get a divorce. And you're like, do you know what this person has been doing? Have you not been listening the past like 5 years? Have you not been listening to me when I said this? And they're like, well, maybe try not to irritate them so much, right? You're not trying to be pessimistic about your relationship, but at the same time, you know that something is crumbling here with the tower. I mean, what can you really make out of a situation where the other person refuses to change? And a lot of you have been at that place, okay? You used to believe that they was a soulmate. Here with the Six of Wands, and we're in reverse, you like, not no more. This self-righteous bastard, right? Some of you guys are dealing with preachers, okay? Or they feel like preachers, okay? They always telling you something and they don't ever live by it, okay? So I do see that. Sorry, I hit my light by accident. I do see some stuff like that. And another thing is that part of the Seven of Wands that I see is that your person has a tendency to be confrontational, right? Like, remember I said before, you're humble, you're trying to kind of like keep the peace in the house, but this person comes to you. Okay, and this is another reason why I see that there's a lot of fear. And then the Seven of Swords is making me believe that you can feel that this person may have an eye on you. We talked about that. We've been seeing that. This person, this could be your husband who has an eye on you. They could be a little controlling. This is something that I'm seeing where a person could be a little controlling. Okay, now you want some independence. Some of you, especially if you're in a long-term committed relationship, you want some form of independence because here you have the Eight of Swords in reverse, but you feel trapped by something. Okay. Now I'm going to go out back. I want to swing back to those who are this is more so single situation where you're not really in a relationship. No passion for life. You got the Five of Cups here. You got the Eight of Swords. See, you want to get out of this mental prison. All right. But I feel like if you were dealing with someone that was really good with playing games, mentally playing games and manipulative, even when you're not with them, you feel like you're doing something wrong. Okay. And to other people, they can be real nice. They have that nice guy syndrome, right? And you're like, am I doing something right? And am I doing something wrong? You're even questioning yourself to some degree because of what this person is doing. Now, I'm going to go back to the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. This is also new energy and potential for someone new here with these two, where someone is very chivalrous, right? Where someone is focusing on you and almost self-sacrificing. They're the type of person to be like, that's okay, babe, you can have it. Because remember, the Queen of Pentacles is what? The Queen of Pentacles is serving, at service, very noble, very protective. Baby, you ain't been dealing with that. The only thing that you've been protecting is yourself and your heart. That's what you've been protecting. But see, you need this outside of you. You need people who are going to protect your family, your legacy, and your investment. That's what you need. And also, the Queen of Pentacles is always someone who's grounded and loyal. Those are the type of attributes that you need with someone who would be, like I said, this is more so like a newer energy. Okay. This is someone who travels a lot. I feel like this person travels a lot. They can have their own business, that type of thing. They don't deal with multiple of lovers. We have a lover's card in reverse. Okay. And I do feel like this person could have been in a long-term committed relationship. So you know how sometimes you have to worry about, okay, if they're going to be worrying about somebody from the past, and if their past energy is still within them, do they have baggage? So the word that I'm hearing is that this person doesn't have baggage. Like, I don't feel that. with them. Okay. And they're not full of themselves. Like I said before, I feel like this person is just very, it's like very chivalrous. Okay. That's just what I see. Very noble. They could have their own business here with the Nine of Pentacles, but this is mostly saying that the person is available. Okay. So there's no unavailable spirit, no unavailable energy. So you're with them, but for some odd reason, you still feel this distance between you and this person. This person is very romantic here with the Nine of Cups. Again, like I said before, this is something that you guys are really, really that turns you on in particular that I see. I feel like this person could be in law enforcement, or they could do something in construction. I don't know why I feel like that. Or they could be an artist. Is something that I'm seeing when it comes down to this person. Now, I do feel like some of you guys have options. You have an option where the person could live close to you and also where someone is at a distance. This is what I'm saying. Like I said before, there's a little hesitancy here with you with the Seven of Pentacles. Like this person does like you, but I don't see you fully invested until you're able to release this Five of Cups emotionally. You're going to have to be able to release that. Now, I want to see what this person could do. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull some cards and see what type of person this is. Okay. Let me grab this deck. Give me 1 second. They could be an accountant. It's something that I'm seeing. One of the accountant cards fell. They could be an accountant. They could have a child. Okay. They could be a single parent, single mother, single father. It's something that I'm seeing here. All right. Let's see what comes out. This is particularly dealing with the person, the good person, the good person that's coming in for Sagittarius. Let's see what comes out here. All right. Sagittarius. Let's see. It says this person is a visionary. Be careful. Like the visionary is good. Okay. The only reason why I say be careful because I see the good aspect, but for some odd reason, I still feel that there's another energy in your reading where you were dealing with somebody who has a criminal background. Eesh. Just saying, because I could see somebody, but I don't know. When I saw criminal background, I feel like this person, I don't know. This is called a fast talker. Okay, this is why I say a preacher, which is hilarious. Okay, I'm not saying that the preachers are that's just a joke. I'm not saying that preachers are that way. I'm just saying this is just what I see. Okay, let me see what let me see what else come out here. All right, but I don't know. I felt like for some odd reason, I just instantly saw criminal. I'm like, this person looks like, they used to steal credit card numbers back in the day. Okay, all right, so here it talks about someone being a rebel, but again, I still feel like someone that could be in a law enforcement. This could be a cop or they could be a firefighter because here you got fire coming from the person's fist. Okay, so the person could be a firefighter. I also feel like you can also be dealing with someone who has a YouTube channel or they're some type of creator or they're a scientist in some kind of way. I'm not really sure. Or technically they can work in IT or someone works in IT here because you do have a computer in front of this person. They can be an Aquarius because Aquarius is considered to be the innovator, the creator, the inventor kind of energy. I also feel like you'd be dealing with a Scorpio. You could have met this person through your friends, or you guys can meet this person through a friendship group or a friend group or something like that. Let's keep going. This is for the person that Sagittarius will be meeting. No more. This is for the divine masculine. This is somebody coming back up in here. Remember when I said something about damsel in distress? You guys, unfortunately, I'm glad that the male aspect is coming out too, because I feel like I always talk about the divine feminines. You guys get the short end of the stick because see, what happens with you is that you come to the table with your money. You come to the table with the things that you're able to provide, and you end up magnetizing or attracting people who's only in it for money. So it's like they don't mind having sex with you. They don't mind doing anything like that if you're able to provide for them. Okay. You are not the main character in their story, and you know it. You even feel on the sidelines of your own relationship. I feel a past energy here. I'm still feeling two different people. I said it when that first card came out. I'm sorry, especially if they wear glasses, or if someone pretends that they're a model or they used to model or something like that. I'm just telling you what I see. Okay, I'm just telling you what I see. You can also deal with someone who's an actor. Okay, I also feel like this past person has a tendency to be kind of rageful, right? A little violent, like, they'll be the type of person that hit the wall or try to tear up the tires on your car. So, it makes sense the reason why you wanted to walk away, because that's what I'm seeing. But again, I still feel like this person is going to try to come back up in here. Okay, I don't know why, but that's what I'm seeing. The next person, this person could be a Virgo here, because it does say Hermit. I said a few signs, but I did say Hermit. Now, I also see, like I said, that your person could be a performer, or remember we had creator, but performer could be a singer, a rapper, poet, maybe a spoken word person. Again, somebody that's a spiritualist. I don't know. I don't know why I keep going back there, but I'm just going to say it, right? Or this is the person who maybe motivates other people. Okay, this could be a stripper. Someone could be a stripper. Okay, with that performer energy. Let's go ahead. Let's see what else. I just want to get two more. Exactly, Tiffany. I always say it for the women, for like the divine feminines, and I never really say it for the divine masculines until I see it. And it's true. Like some divine masculines find this person so attractive because they're so seductive, and they're not standing on their principles here with the seven of wands. Like you're allowing the person to like take advantage of you because you're enamored by the sex aspect. Okay. Some of you have been taking care of people who didn't have a home, or, they were like, oh, I need some place to go. They move from house to house. They move from different state. It's that type of thing. Like I said before, a lot of the divine masculines deal with this type of energy. I feel like some of you guys, the person that you've been dealing with may have had problems specifically with their father, I'm not saying it wasn't with their mother, but I feel like someone specifically had a problem with their father. Okay, because it's something about their energy that makes me feel like they almost mimic that behavior. Okay, like if the father wasn't in the house, they may have a tendency to be afraid to really take care of children, or they run away with responsibility, that type of thing. That's something that I'm saying. I also feel like for some of you, you've dealt with people who were impotent. Maybe it was really hard for them to like really get up or something like that. They may have had sexual problems, they couldn't get it up for some odd reason. The person could be gay or bisexual. It could have been something like that. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. And there's nothing wrong with that, but y'all gonna have to like you have the conversation. Like, listen, okay, like I like, is it because you're not getting up because you don't like you gotta let me know what's going on here. But either way, the conversation needs to be had. But I do feel like in general with this one, someone has been having a problem with getting up. And it could be just the fact that it has nothing to do with their sexuality. It could have something to do with their heart, could have something to do with that, maybe performer anxiety or something. And then the last one that I'm actually seeing is that some of you guys are dealing with someone who's a nerd, but really a bad boy. Like you're like, oh, I like that person, and oh, they're really, really smart. And like some of the worst people ever, right? Like they believe that they are like smarter than everybody. And, that comes around them. They're like, oh no, you don't understand nothing. You're like, no, I do understand. Okay. I feel like it's something like that. They could be socially awkward, okay, a little bit, but at the same time, they tend to be an asshole. So that's just something that I'm seeing. These are just some of the traits that I'm seeing. I'm just being honest. Okay, I don't know. We'll look next time. This is only like a handful of cards, so I don't know what's going to come out next time, but This is only a handful of cards. Like I said, I wanted to get to this part of the reading because I haven't done this in a while. But this is just something that I saw past, you know, especially if you guys just not get here, look back and see the type of person that described. And then where you're at right now, and what's the potential that you guys can actually experience in the future here with the 10 of Pentacles. I really do feel like, especially if you are single, hands down, there is someone that's going to come in here that, to me, with the visionary, that see a future with you. Okay. And they could be a performer, they could be a creator, okay, they could be something like that. Maybe they travel a lot, okay. They could be a Virgo, they could be an Aquarius, like I said before. I also feel like they could also be a Taurus, okay. I don't know why, but that's something that I'm saying. But this is what I have for your love reading. 30 minutes. That went so fast. Oh my God. It didn't even feel like it. Thank you guys so much. If you're interested in a personal reading, this is something that I actually am going to be incorporating in my personal reading, especially with love. If you guys are interested, all the information is down below. I will see you guys back here again later. I love you guys so much. Have a good one. Bye.